Welcome to Global Hub Updates. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for more updates. Breaking news. Warship delivery delayed. PAL breaks silence. The anticipation surrounding these warships has turned into a wave of concern as the delivery date slips further into uncertainty. These headlines are lighting up news screens everywhere, and the sense of urgency is palpable. The delay has sparked a flurry of speculation and debate among defense analysts and the general public alike. A major defense project crucial for the Philippines' maritime security is now shrouded in uncertainty. The stakes are high, as these ships are intended to bolster the nation's naval capabilities significantly. The two new landing platform docks, or LPDs, meant to strengthen the Philippine Navy, remain unfinished in an Indonesian shipyard. These vessels are not just any ships, they are pivotal to the strategic defense plans of the Philippines. What happened to these vital assets? The incomplete hulls stand as silent witnesses to a project that has stalled, leaving many questions unanswered. Why has a symbol of regional cooperation become a source of concern? The collaboration that once promised to enhance regional security now seems to be a point of contention. PAL's silence has only fueled speculation. The lack of communication from the shipbuilder has left stakeholders in the dark, wondering about the reasons behind the delay. High-ranking officials in the Philippine Department of National Defense are demanding answers behind closed doors. The pressure is mounting as they seek clarity on the situation. These ships are more than vessels. They're floating command centers, essential for asserting sovereignty and delivering aid. Their capabilities are crucial for the Philippines to maintain a strong presence in its territorial waters. Their absence leaves a significant gap in the Philippines' strategic capabilities, a fact not lost on potential adversaries. The void they leave is a strategic vulnerability that could be exploited. The contract signing was once a celebrated diplomatic event, with plans meticulously made for their integration. It symbolized a commitment to strengthening ties and enhancing defense capabilities. Now, instead of commissioning ceremonies, naval planners are forced to rely on older, less capable vessels. These aging ships are being pushed to their limits, highlighting the urgent need for the new LPDs. This is more than a procurement issue. It's a test of trust and reliability in international defense contracts. The situation underscores the importance of accountability and transparency in such high-stakes agreements. The public, media, and sailors all ask, what went wrong? And when will the Philippines get the warships it paid for? The nation waits with bated breath for answers, hoping for a resolution that will restore confidence in the process. After weeks of mounting pressure and growing speculation, PAL Indonesia finally broke its silence, stepping forward to address the concerns that had been swirling around the shipyard and the broader defense community. In a carefully worded official statement, the shipbuilder asserted that all major construction milestones have been successfully achieved: keel laying, steel cutting, and the installation of primary machinery. These are critical phases in any shipbuilding project, marking tangible progress from blueprints to reality. PAL emphasizes that the hulls are now structurally complete, and the main engines have been fully integrated into the vessels. This is meant to project an image of technical competence and steady advancement, reassuring stakeholders that the project is on solid footing. The underlying message is clear: don't mistake a delivery delay for a construction failure. The company wants to separate logistical setbacks from the actual progress made on the ships themselves. PAL highlights the immense complexity of modern warship construction, which involves not just assembling a hull, but integrating millions of individual components, advanced electronics, and specialized systems. It's a process that demands highly skilled labor and meticulous coordination. By focusing public attention on these technical milestones, PAL attempts to shift the narrative away from missed delivery dates and instead spotlight their engineering achievements and the sheer scale of the undertaking. However, despite the detailed update, the statement carefully avoids providing a new, firm delivery date for the ships, leaving the timeline for completion uncertain. For Manila, these internal milestones and technical progress reports mean little if the ships themselves aren't delivered and operational. The Philippine Navy's needs remain unmet as they wait for vessels that are still absent from their docks. The declaration, while reassuring on paper, rings hollow as Philippine docks remain conspicuously empty, and the Navy's operational capabilities are left in limbo. Ultimately, the core issue persists. Progress documented on paper and celebrated in press releases does not equate to having ships at sea, ready to serve and protect. Until the vessels are delivered, the gap between promise and reality remains wide. The paradox is baffling. If milestones are met, why are the ships still in Indonesia? Meeting early milestones is just the start. A warship must be fully integrated, tested, and certified. The real challenge lies in the final stages: wiring, integrating electronic warfare suites, installing combat systems, and exhaustive testing. PAL may count equipment installation as a milestone, but the Navy needs it tested and operational. This difference in perspective could explain the impasse. Did the contract clearly define what complete means? Was progress independently verified? PAL's assurances don't change the fact the ships aren't ready. The Philippine Navy remains frustrated by promises that don't deliver results. One major reason for the delay is global supply chain disruption. Modern warships are assembled from parts sourced worldwide: engines from Germany, radars from Israel, steel from South Korea. The pandemic and geopolitical tensions have caused shortages, shipping delays, and skyrocketing costs. Even a single missing part can halt the entire assembly line. Specialist technicians are often needed on site, but travel restrictions have made this difficult. Equipment can arrive, but without the right expert, installation is stalled. PAL's reliance on a complex international supply chain is a vulnerability. This highlights the risks of sourcing critical defense components globally in an unstable world. Human factors have also played a role in the delay. PAL's workforce is stretched thin, with skilled workers reassigned to other projects disrupting workflow. Constant crew changes lead to inefficiency, mistakes, and slowdowns. Design changes requested by the Philippine Navy, like upgraded communications or weapons, require new blueprints and retraining, further delaying construction. Each change order ripples through the schedule, adding months or even years. PAL must balance delivering the best ship with delivering on time. The result: a project caught between evolving requirements and limited resources. As a state-owned enterprise, PAL must balance national and export priorities. Indonesian Navy projects may take precedence over the Philippine contract, especially for urgent domestic needs. Resource diversion, labor, dock space, components can quietly slow foreign projects. The Philippine Navy expected priority, but national interests often shift without warning. PAL's capacity is finite, and overcommitment leads to delays. The delays aren't just about logistics, they're also about calculated business decisions in Jakarta. For the Philippines, it's a tough reminder that contracts exist within a broader geopolitical context. The LPD delay directly impacts the Philippine Navy's readiness. These ships were meant to be strategic cornerstones, enabling force projection and rapid response across the archipelago. Without them, the Navy's ability to address security threats and disasters is hampered. The existing fleet is aging, and the new ships were supposed to provide a critical boost. LPDs are vital for humanitarian missions in a disaster-prone nation. Every season without them means less preparedness for crises. Delays also affect crew morale and training, leading to frustration and skill degradation. The delay sends a negative signal about the military's modernization and reliability. Internationally, it strains defense partnerships and erodes confidence among allies. Trust, the currency of international relations, is being spent down. The Philippine Department of National Defense must act to get the project back on track. The first step: demand a new binding timeline with clear, verifiable deadlines for completion, testing, and delivery. An independent audit team should inspect the shipyard, verify progress, and identify bottlenecks. The contract likely includes penalties for late delivery. These should be reviewed and enforced if necessary. Penalties send a message that deadlines matter and incentivize PAL to prioritize the project. The goal isn't punishment, but delivery, so diplomacy is key. High-level talks may be needed to resolve the issue amicably. The path forward requires firmness on obligations and openness to dialogue. The LPD saga is a powerful lesson in the urgent need for transparency and accountability in defense procurement. When billions are at stake and national security hangs in the balance, every step must be open to scrutiny. The public, as well as the armed forces, deserve to know how decisions are made and how progress is tracked. Honest, regular communication between all stakeholders is essential to avoid crises of confidence and to ensure that everyone is working towards the same goal. Silence, or secrecy, only breeds suspicion and delays. The Philippine Navy must demand detailed, verified progress reports at every stage of the project, from the initial design to the final delivery. This vigilance ensures that problems are caught early and solutions are found quickly. Accountability must be built into contracts and oversight mechanisms, with clear consequences for missed deadlines or substandard work. Only then can trust be restored in the procurement process. The delay also highlights the significant risks of relying too heavily on foreign suppliers for critical military hardware. When supply chains are disrupted or foreign partners falter, national defense suffers. Developing a robust domestic shipbuilding industry gives a nation control over its priorities, timelines, and quality standards. It empowers the country to respond swiftly to changing security needs. Investing in local shipyards is more than just an economic decision. It is an investment in national sovereignty, skilled jobs, and technological advancement for future generations. Resolving this issue is not just about ships. It is a test of the Philippines-Indonesia relationship and the strength of ASEAN cooperation. Working together, both nations can set a new standard for regional defense collaboration. The immediate task is clear: finish and deliver the ships without further delay, ensuring they meet the highest standards of quality and readiness. The long-term task is even more important: build true self-reliance, demand transparency at every level, and foster a culture of continuous improvement in defense procurement. Ultimately, true security is built on trust, accountability, and the strength to stand on one's own feet. Only then can the nation face the future with confidence and pride.